you're sort of talking universal access for everybody for free for all time, and that covers it. Does that cover it? It might. I'm just checking.
The new entrants in this world are the computers. And they're the ones that I think are really going to be the major readers of our books, if not already. So the world that we're trying to prepare for is not just when humans are the patrons of the library, but it's when computers come by to try to learn. And that's our future user community, if you will. And those AIs will sometimes be kind of independent and sometimes be just search engines that provide new and different types of resources for people. But preparing our materials to be used in fairly different ways is how we're trying to keep ourselves relevant going forward. Already, life without the search engines is pretty hard to imagine, right? Or even life without Wikipedia. Or if you take Citibank and you had the choice as a shareholder to kill all the people or kill the computers, which would you do, right? So I think the shift has happened, and I'm not suggesting it. Then I think the next generation that really gets to use these things are computers, and I find that very exciting.
Well, let's pursue this just a jot further. Next fall, Tim O'Reilly is going to be doing one of these things, and the title that he plans to use is The Emerging Global Brain, which isn't just robots getting access to everything, but everything in a sense by virtue of it being everything and digital and increasingly aware and language capable and all this kind of stuff. It starts to have seriously aggregate brain-like capabilities. Is what we're talking about here feeding into that? And
oh yeah, that's where I started. So I started at the MIT Artificial Intelligence Lab. I was born in a test tube in AI lab, studying under Danny Hillis and Marvin Minsky, and we seemed absolutely data starved. I mean, so we were going to build a thinking machine, right? And it didn't know anything, right? And and so I said, all right, well, if we're going to bring up, our new overlords, let's at least have it read good books. So I thought, how hard could that be? And I really didn't think it was going to take that long, and now we're still at it. But we're making pretty good progress. I don't quite think of things in this sort of autonomous AI kind of way, HAL sort of versus the spaceman war. Maybe that'll happen, but I don't know. I think of just much more symbiotically these days. So I think but the idea of having these materials be used in fun, and I think we're seeing it already. I think that they're just the wondrous things and wacko things that we're seeing out there on the internet are because of a lot of this compute power and the internet interconnectivity. We just need to make it a deeper resource. So I've got 2 kids, and they're not going to the library in the same way I did. They're using whatever's online. That's what they're learning from, and it's pretty shallow. I mean, you can learn all you want about, some old connector technology, but if you want to go and learn about some real, it's in libraries and it's not in digital form. So I think we're bringing up kids without the depth. And the 20th century, Mike Lesk, father of digital libraries, said he worries about the 20th century. He thinks the 19th century will be online and before. He thinks the 21st century will be online, but the 20th century may not be. And the 20th century was kind of a screwed up century that I think we want to make sure we learn the lessons from that one and have the next generation do so. Or we're going to get the generation we deserve.